What should you write to a big church, founded by yourself, where you ministered 1.5 years, and which has grown into a network of house churches? A church dealing with all kinds of problems, especially regarding discipline and immorality. That's the challenge Paul faced concerning the church of Corinth. Based on what we've found thus far, Paul must have written at least 4 letters to this church. Since our Bible contains only 2 letters addressed to this church, the question arises where the other 2 letters have gone. Maybe the first and third letter have simply disappeared. Another possibility many Bible scholars find likely is what is known to us as the second letter to the Corinthians, and that could simply be the collection of the first, third and fourth letter. Regardless how the letters should be put together, it's quite obvious that Paul was very concerned about the Corinthians. You see, the church was located in a big and wicked city. Corinth was a huge seaport town. The city was founded in 2000 BC and had always been rich and flourishing. It rivaled with Athens, and during its golden age, it was the most important city in Greece. Besides its wealth, it was also known for its sexual immorality. You know, the city was famous for the temple of Aphrodite, the goddess of love. More than 1,000 prostitutes were employed over there. Despite the fact that the Corinthians worshipped the goddess of love, they actually had little understanding what true love really is. Ironically, Paul chose to send this church his famous chapter on love. Corinth also had its drinking and sex parties. Leading a loose life even became a verb, based on the name of the city. If a person from Corinth would act in a play, everybody would know which part it had to be, the drunk. So Corinth was all about sex, alcohol, slaves and money. Nowadays it would have been the capital of human trafficking. It should be noted as well that the city was ruled by many tyrants, rulers who rose to power by using oppression and doing injustice. This was its history until the Romans conquered the city and completely destroyed it. This took place at 146 BC, about 200 years before Paul arrived. In those days most men were killed and the women and children were sold as slaves. Julius Caesar rebuilt the city in 44 BC. He turned it into a Roman colony where veterans were allowed to live. It didn't take long before the city regained its former glory. The number of inhabitants was estimated between 100,000 and 600,000 people in the days Paul spent his time there. If only 5% of the population of Corinth was a member of the church, we are still talking about a group of about 5,000 to 30,000 people, quite a mega church. From the letters we know that they gathered in homes and in the open air. Despite the fact that the Holy Spirit worked in a powerful way, there were problems regarding leadership, there were cultural and social differences in the way people lived morally and regarding the interpretation of the Bible. There were so many problems that several groups came into existence within the church. Therefore, Paul's recurring theme is unity and discipline, and that's what he's about to launch in this church.